is up, guys? DoorDASH here, and I wanted to come to you and kind of talk to you while I'm riding along here. I'm riding to get back into my market. I had to go drop my son off at babysitting to get my day started, but I wanted to share something. I was inspired to get on here and share today because last night I had the pleasure of watching I believe it's called Show Me the Money, courtesy of the rideshare guy. Got to watch Jeff Thomas Black, author of Fulldashclosure, appear on there and talk about his book. And the thing I like about books and stuff like what Jeff is doing is, as it comes out, it really gives you the opportunity to start thinking, and it inspires thought. And in listening to him speak and having been a reader and a listener of the book, I listened and read, as I like to process both, because I always believe that reading something once never gathers the concept. You got to read it multiple times. And the best part about what Jeff's doing there is it's readable and it's listenable. And for me, I like to listen and I like to go back and read and really ponder over and think things over. And one of the things that they were talking about on the show last night, among others, was the idea that DoorDash is exploiting its workers through its work practices by making it a game and appealing to the gaming side of people, and using the gaming aspects of the app to get people to buy into the game, forget that it's about earning money, and start worrying about winning the game of DoorDash more than earning money or worrying about what your earnings actually are, worrying about collecting diamonds and achieving this and achieving this completion rate and this acceptance rate. And it really appeals to that familiarity with gaming that a lot of our generation has, because we all grew up with video games, right? My generation grew up with video games. I mean, even the most intellectual is familiar with a video game. I mean, we had Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I mean, we were the rise of the video game generation. So for us, gaming is very familiar. The competitive spirit of gaming is there, and DoorDash jumps in and grabs that and grabs a hold of that. And they were saying, well, okay, if this is true, well, then why? Why are people coming back to it if it's so bad? And the answer, Jeff really wasn't able to expound on it, but I believe he's touched on it in the book. I know, and going around on it. But really, what is really going on, the answer to that is it's not about earning money at some point for a lot of people that are participating in DoorDash specifically. It's addictive. DoorDash actually is appealing to and causing the same area of the brain, the same reward system in the brain that rewards gamblers for winning a bet or placing a bet, that anticipation. That entire process kicks in when you're door dashing, and it becomes a very addictive thing because you're essentially betting on your order. So, what it's teaching, or what DoorDash slowly teaches dashers to do, is, hey, this is a 625 order, okay? And it's got 9 items, okay? And it's going 4 miles, okay? And you go and you get to the payoff screen, and next thing you know, what happens? It's a $20 payout. And your mind goes immediately into victory. Holy cow. Wow. And you start looking for those. You start making bets, so to speak, within the app. And you're like, I'm going to bet on that order. It's a 625 4-mile order that's probably going to take me 25 minutes. That's when any delivery driver knows that the only sustainable way to make money in food delivery is worrying about how much are you being paid and how much time is it taking you to complete the order. You're throwing all of that away because suddenly you're not worried about time. You're not worried about any of that. You're worried about winning the game, the hidden tip game. How good are you at picking out hidden tips? And whether it's a 25-cent reward or a $20 reward, you start to lose track of the idea that you're out here to make money. And suddenly, when the rewards start to get smaller and smaller, which is what Jeff was talking about, how DoorDash baits the drivers in and then lowers and lowers and lowers the reward, that they bait you in, and before you know it, you're like the frog in a frying pan, where you're on the pan and they're heating it up, and you don't even know it's heating up. You don't even know you're getting burned up. You don't even know that you've lost the game until it's too late, because you are participating in this game. You get caught up in the game of DoorDash. You get caught up in believing, and then DoorDash, once they get you, it's no different than the concept of free games. I don't know, and I'm going to put this in a realm I think many people can understand, because there's a problem out there right now on smartphones being the issue here, and so it's kind of familiar. And they now, if you've noticed, every smartphone game that you have is now free. Like, you don't have to pay anymore. Back in the day, you pay $5.99, $9.99, $12.99 to download the game, and you got like a full game you could play on your phone. And then one day they realized, and there was a book out about this, the concept of free. Give it away for free, and then focus on trying to reward the player early on, and then get them to buy the first time. And once you buy the first time, you can slowly begin the process. Once you broke them and you get them involved and you have their attention, now you can break them down over time and extract a lot of money. And some people, they've extracted hundreds of thousands of dollars. People have embezzled from their jobs to fulfill this because they get addicted to the game, right? And that's exactly what's happening with DoorDash. They're bringing you in. They're bringing you in and paying you out. They bring you in with high bonuses. They bring you in with big payouts. And here's the thing that Jeff Black is trying to tell everyone, is you don't have control. DoorDash does. They're operating behind a black curtain. They're like the Wizard of Oz, right? They show you Oz. It looks beautiful. It's wonderful. There's rubies, there's emeralds, there's rhinestones. Everything is beautiful. But behind that closed doors, the wizard is showing you what he wants to show you. And because the wizard is the only one that can see the entire playing board, they get to do whatever they want. So thereby, when they want to show you the big orders, to bait you in and bring you in, they're going to do it. And they're going to keep showing them to you until one day you take one and you notice, wow, I got a big payout. And then they know they got you. That's the buy-in. That's when they know they start to have you. And as they start to do that, then they bring you in even more into the game, and more into the game, and more into the game. And before they know it, they know they're going to have that cherry picker. The guy that started out cherry picking because he saw it on YouTube is suddenly getting his acceptance rate up to 90% because he believes if he plays that game and wins that game, they're going to give him more rewards. And it all starts at the very beginning when they start getting you into the game, right? And the game never stops. And we lose track of everything. And then suddenly you're out here attacking people and saying, wait a minute, I got all this money. This has been the greatest thing in my life. It's just been wonderful that I've been able to do this and make all this money because I got my acceptance rate. But the reality is, DoorDash showed you that. They did that because they wanted you to believe it. They got you on board. And then what their plan is once that game expires, once you catch on and they flatline you out, you're so deep into the game, you're looking for the next game. Well, what's the next game they're going to offer you? Well, it'll be this. Well, it'll be that. Well, go do this. Get your completion rate, whatever it is. And you're in this cycle where you're no longer being what you should be, which is a business person working as an independent contractor in a fully transparent environment and making business decisions that are right for you, not game decisions, getting rewards that don't pay your bills and put you in poverty, keep you down, so to speak, while you're trying to figure all this out and going, what in that, it isn't working. But before you figure it all out, DoorDash has you, right? And that's what they're doing. And that's the problem. That's why people keep going back, because DoorDash has organized it as such. And that's why it's so important that regulators and people out there looking to make an impact in the gig economy need to look into those practices, need to require fully regulated, fully transparent transactions that are designed to do exactly what DoorDash should be doing, which is simply offering contracts to contract workers to fulfill at a fair market price, and bringing together the triangle of three. All right, the consumer, the restaurant, and the dasher, or the delivery driver, whatever you want to call it. Guys, it's an excellent book. Check it out. Jeff Thomas Black, Full Dash Closure. It's on Substack. I'm going to put the link in this video right here. I'm going to put the link to the video from last night in here. Check it out. Offer your ideas. Offer your perspective. And thank you, Jeff, for everything you're doing with that book. And I look forward to more chapters coming out. And look forward to hearing more about what you've got to share. And if you can help me out, guys out there, if you enjoyed this video or enjoy any other video, check out any of the videos I have linked in here. If you enjoy those and like it and you think I'm worthy, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, and I'll talk to you soon, guys. Stay safe, stay profitable, and I'll talk to you in a little bit.